Hey guys, it's Tish here. I had a request for a contouring video and I'm getting ready to head out for the night, so I thought that I would stop here. This is where I'm at. I have put my foundation, my concealer, and my powder on, and this would be the point that I would add my contouring powder. I'm going to contour tonight with a powder instead of a cream. Sometimes I do use a cream, and you can do this so many different ways. I'm just going to show you what I have and what I use and how I use it. So you can use a darker foundation than you would normally use for your contouring, and you would just apply that in the areas that you need to apply it, blend that in. You can use a cream concealer, which is, sometimes I will use this Mineral Fusion. And I'll use this coat. This is way too dark for my normal skin tone for concealing, but it does work well if I want just like a light colored contour for the day or for the evening. I'm not going to use that today though because I did already put my powder on. I would usually put a dark cream concealer on first and then just set it with my powder after I blended it out. So today what I'm going to use for my contouring is going to be my Tarte contouring powder. It looks like this, and this is a really strong powder. For my skin tone, I don't really have to use very much of it. I did get a spray tan last night, so as you can see, like, my coloring is a little bit different, and I will usually contour and bronze a little bit more all over my face when I do have a spray tan, because I don't change my makeup or anything, so I just make it work with that. So the first area that I am going to show you is one that I use pretty much every day, every time I would put my makeup on, and it's just going to be in the hollows of my cheeks. Now, you can use a lot of different brushes for this. I have used like a fan brush like this, and sometimes I use this to, blend it out. That works really well. You can use a smaller brush. You can use like one like this. This brush works really well to help blend the edges out because of the duo fiber. That's not my favorite. And then of course you can always just use like a fluffy blush brush like this. And if you don't have a contouring brush, and you can squeeze the bristles together. And this works well to contour with. If you don't have anything else, you can use that. So for this area, what I use, and this is just like a little angled brush. And like I said, this is a really pigmented powder. So I don't want to get too much on my brush. So it looks like this. And then what I'm going to do is, trying to get where you can see the hollow of my cheek here. I'm just going to accentuate that. I'm blending it up into my hairline. And there are a lot of different ways you can do this. You can sweep this on with a smaller brush, and I do this sometimes if I'm really trying to bring my features in. And then I just kind of like to sweep up when you get closer to your mouth. So the next area I'm going to show you how to contour is the nose. I think that I probably do this a little bit differently than other people. I'm not sure. This is just what works for me. So I would suggest watching a couple of contouring videos and then kind of just figure out what works for you, because everyone's nose is different. So what works for my nose and looks best on my nose is not going to work for your nose. Also, the products may not work best for your skin tone, your skin type. This is what works for my skin and doesn't look weird or cakey. Okay, so to contour my nose, I'm just going to use my regular brow brush, and I'm going to go into that same bronzer that I had, and you want to start right at the edge of your eyebrow, and then come down just a hair. You can see where I'm at. And then touch, and then you're just going to trace that line in just like that. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. This is going to look really crazy for a second. The hardest thing is to get this part even, because most people's eyebrows are not even, so if you try to start off with that you try to start with your eyebrows as your guide, it's kind of hard. So just a touch of bronzer on the edge, and this is where you really get to shape your nose. I'm going to shape mine a little bit thinner, so I'm going to pick up on the same area and I'm going to draw straight down, and then I'm going to kind of come in on the tip a little bit. See right here, my nose goes out. So instead of going out with the flare of my nose, I'm going to come straight down. And this is not something that I do every single day. I just don't have time to do it. If I had time to do it, I probably would, but I just don't. With 2 kids and, you know, crazy busy schedules, I just don't have time for this. But if you do have time, it really does work wonders. Okay, so now I'm going to take my foundation brush, and I'm going to just on the insides of my eyes, I'm just going to take and I'm going to sweep this out. I'm not pressing too hard. I'm just pressing enough just to kind of blend that out. Okay, so you can see it's still there, but it just doesn't look so crazy. Okay, now you can see that contour start to happen. Okay, and then most of the time what I'll do is, this is a little fluffy brush that I apply my powder under my eye with, just so I can get in all those little lines. So I will, a lot of times if I'm using a powder, I'll come in with that fluffy brush and I'm just going to blend this. This has just a touch of my Tarte Smooth Operator powder on it. See, so you can already see, like, even from the side, it looks like I have a much more angular nose. See? So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back with my Real Techniques brush, and I'm just going to smooth that down. And now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Just going to blend that down my nose. So now the second part for the nose is the highlighter. I most of the time will use my Mineral Fusion. However, my daughter has misplaced. This is one that is my light color is gone, and I don't know where she put my other one. So I'm not going to be able to do that today. You can, again, for a highlighter, for contouring and highlighting, you can use a lighter shade of foundation. So if you have that, you can use that. This is a highlighting pencil that I got in my Birchbox that I showed in my video. It's kind of hard to see. It's very small writing. And this is not terribly light for my skin. It's very close to my skin tone, actually. But so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw down my nose like this. And then just going to blend that out. And this will help you to blend in those 2 colors. And blend that on the tip. And then I'm just going to go back and blend this down with my foundation brush. So there's the contouring of the nose. So the other area of the face that you would want to contour is like straight across here. You want this part of your eye to be highlighted and this part of your eye to be highlighted. But just like if you're doing a crease or whatever. Basically you're just going to connect right where the contour from your nose came, and you just want to it basically makes it look like your eyes are a little bit deeper set. And this is just that same fluffy brush. I'm just using that because it's what I had, but and this is not anything that I usually do. I just wanted to show you some other areas. Okay, so I would usually stop with contouring here, although like I do know that there are some people that contour this area here, which I can show you that. It's just like right along that jawline, just to make it. I mean, and as I contour. And as I apply this, you'll see it start to pop out. And that's why some people use the three here. They do this. I don't really like to do that because I don't ever use that one. Okay, so if you're gonna contour, you have to blend. That's the most important thing I think with contouring is placement and blending. The second thing is you should highlight, because why contour if you're not going to highlight? Because if you're going to make everything your seed, you have to make some of the other things pop out. So I'm going to come back with my highlighter pencil and I'm going to go right under my brow. And I'm just going to blend that. And this pencil is really cool. This is, it blends out really well. And it doesn't feel cakey. I do wish it was a little bit lighter for me, but it works well. Okay, and then of course you know we did down the bridge of our nose. And then the other place that you would contour up here would be sort of like in a triangular shape here. I'm not going to use this pencil because I haven't used this yet there, so I don't know how that's going to look. I'm going to just go into a champagne color. I'm going to use this same brush. I use this for everything. And I'm going into a champagne color and I'm just going to sweep this here, and it's just like a highlight color. I'm just going to go into it and then I'm just going to blend it out like that. And see, it's just enough to pick the light up. And if you want to sweep that down there, you can, just to help, help set that powder, and it'll give it a little extra highlight. You can also use the pencil here and blend it out. I'm not going to do that either because, again, I haven't really used it that much. I'm less afraid to use something that I haven't used just like on smaller areas. So I'm going to go into that same champagne color and highlight here. And what I'm doing is I'm just going to blend all of this together. You don't want to blend too much, but you don't want there to be any harsh lines. And this is just going to be enough to pick up any sun or any light that you hit. So the sections that I'm doing are like down like this, up above that bronzer, and then under my eye. And the same thing over here, down, up. So it's like a triangle. Just like the way that I apply my concealer, it's just in a much larger area. And then I'm going to use this pencil and I'm going to go right above my lip line. So that's a highlight. Blend that out. And I don't really need that one because it makes your lips look, makes your lips stand out, and my lips already stand out a lot, so I'm just going to do that a little bit more. And then, as I said, a lot of people will highlight their chin. I don't like to highlight my chin because I don't need to. And then there are some people that would come back with this brush and go here and highlight that area right in between those bronzers. And that's fine if you want to do that. This is not something that I would usually do, but so you can see that it does make a really big difference in your face. I hope that this really helped you be able to know maybe like the areas that you can work on. And let me know if you guys try out this contouring and highlighting, and I can't wait to hear. See you guys later. Bye.